Welcome back to Mountain Connections. Right now, we are going to focus on Roy Wood Jr. You've seen him on Comedy Central on The Daily Show. He has an exciting Comedy Central special coming up. You don't want to miss out. Let's take a look at our conversation.
Roy Wood Jr. is joining us today. The Daily Show correspondent has a new comedy special in the works, a docuseries spotlighting Black comedians, and he's one of the featured comedians in Comedy Central's Hall of Flame. Roy, thanks for joining us here on Park City Television.
Hey, thank you all for having me. Happy spring to the rest of the country, and to those of you in Utah, it's coming soon. It's wonderful. You'll love this spring that's headed your way in another month and a half.
Exactly. You know how it is here. So true. I'm so looking forward to hearing more about this Hall of Flame. It's described as a week-long roast. Tell me more.
Basically, Comedy Central over the last 10, 15 years, I don't know how long it's been, they have done a ton of roasts. So what do you do when you have a ton of one thing? You do a best of show and you count it down, because there's been so many evil lines and hilarious lines and funny moments from these roasts that we've basically put it into a 5-night event where we're counting down all the way to the top, the top moments in some of the roasts. I don't know if you saw when Martha Stewart and Snoop Dogg were kind of going back and forth at one of the roasts. So there's been a lot of funny stuff. So, myself and some of the other people that have been on the dais over the years going to help count it down. Nikki Glazer is hosting it.
And can you give me any kind of a sneak peek of any of the roasts?
You know what? This is TV in Utah, and I don't want to get either of us in trouble. So I'm going to just say people was talking crazy. People was talking about each other's body. People was talking about each other's bank accounts. People was talking about each other's faces. People was talking about each other's children. Nothing is off limits in a roast.
Which I think now, more than ever, we really need to laugh. Wouldn't you agree?
Yeah, definitely so. And, that's why, I've been so thankful that during the pandemic, we've been able to just create so much stuff with Comedy Central, from the roast to dark humor, which in a way, it shows you the pain of, it shows you the origins of Black comedy and the pain from it, but how comedians, how we're able to take these raw materials that is pain and craft that into something that is polished and somehow beautiful on the other side. Or if nothing else, it shows you how Black comedians maintain their optimism and the origins of it, in the face of making, jokes about stuff that's very, very dark. Hence, dark humor. You get it?
And you're probably one of the busiest comedians around.
And silly.
In fact, some of your other jobs that you're working on right now to include Roy's Job Fair, which is on iHeartRadio, dark humor on Comedy Central, you're on The Daily Show with Trevor Noah. So many things going on.
Well, you know what? This is what it's like being a parent. I want all the jobs. Give me all the jobs. The Job Fair podcast that we do now, it's just for people to laugh with, other Americans about, lighthearted work stories, some, more inspiring, some more revolting, but still work stories all together. And we try to sprinkle in there a couple of job leads and career tips just to help people along their way,
And you don't seem to shy away from current events, even ones that are tough.
No, I think that it's important that people know what's going on in the world. I think that's the cool thing about The Daily Show, is that we get the weapon of humor to kind of season in with what's going on, because people go, well, how do you make that thing funny? It's terrible. Well, we're never trying to make that thing funny. The humor comes in us trying to find a solution. The humor comes in identifying the parties who were responsible for the circumstances that led to that tragedy. That's where you find the humor. So I think for as long as you're planting and, and reaping and sowing in the right field, you'll be okay.
Well, Roy Wood Jr., it's been such a pleasure talking with you today. Hall of Flame is Top 100 Roast Moments. Kicks off as a one-week special event on March 29th to April 2nd at 10 p.m. Eastern Time on Comedy Central. It's been so much fun speaking with you today, Roy. Thank you.
Thank you. Have a good one.